Jimmy Robertson is breaking off.
Spot on,
Yeah, good. Line.
Now this is a little different from the Championship League ranking event that we saw at the start of the season. Basically 7 players. It's a pure round robin, best of 5 frame matches. And at the end of the round robin phase, which is tomorrow night, we'll then know the top 4 players who will contest the knockout semi-finals and final. Again, all matches best of 5 frames. But in this one there is a safety net. If you finish 5th in the group, it means you go forward and take your place in the following group, which is, in this case, Group 2, on Wednesday and Thursday. It's £100 per frame won. It's a £500 highest break bonus per group. As Lisowski knocks in an absolutely terrific opening red. And then there's bonuses if you make the semi-finals and final.
Yeah, what an opening red from Jack there. Hits the ball so well. Fantastic player to watch. Good pals, these two, off the table. Just seeing them backstage up in the players' lounge, all looking very relaxed. But there's no friends when you're out there. They'll be both wanting to win this match.
3.
He just makes things happen, doesn't he? That kind of player.
Yeah, he's so attacking, and you can see him already looking at the pack of reds. He's going to be going full-blooded. Blue into the pink. If he can, just the side of it. He's missed the blue though. Now, what's the damage?
Jack Lisowski 4.
Well, we saw from the overhead view, the pink has done Lisowski a big favour.
Might be a plant on for Jimmy as well here. Could be going close. White heading towards Bork.
As the world number 12, Jack Lisowski is the highest ranked player in this group. Jimmy Robertson currently resides at 26th in the world rankings.
One.
But Robertson's got a better record against Lisowski head-to-head wise in 2 regards. When it comes to their Championship League meetings in the past, Robertson has won 3 out of 4.
8.
In encounters
9.
between them, in other tournaments, it's Robertson who leads 3-2.
I think that's what makes this Championship League
16.
so interesting, really, that you don't really have a clear favourite. Like, say, Lisowski, the highest ranked player in this group, but it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen. We don't often see the highest ranked players come
17.
out on top. Obviously you fancy him to do the job, but plenty of good players on offer today. And such short format matches, best of 5s, it opens the door for a possible upset.
24.
very good chance
25.
to strike the first blow.
Yeah, played a nice shot into the reds there. Got plenty of action on the cue ball.
32.
Just zip it away from the reds back out, and like I say, good scoring opportunity. This is where he's so dangerous.
33.
Scores very fast.
Dropped in between there. Now he was contemplating for a second or two playing that right-handed. Not advisable, Jack.
Thank you. 41.
I absolutely love watching him play. He's got abundant talent and he's a joy to watch. That said, Stephen, one thing about him, which is not his fault in any way, one thing about him that really does irritate
45.
is the way that people keep saying, oh yeah, he's bound to win something big, he's
46.
going to do it, it's only a matter of time. The point is, it isn't. I think he possibly could win one, he probably will win a big tournament, but there's no guarantees at all. And until he does it, there'll always be that question mark.
Yeah, you're right, there isn't any guarantees in this game,
48.
and as we see year on year out, the standard is getting better and better every year, and it just goes to show you, like, a player of Jack's talent and quality
49.
yet to win a big one. So, but I do believe it'll come. He is too good not to. You just look, like you say, you watch him play. He's just a joy to watch. He's one of the few players I really do like watching on the tour. He's exciting, plays the game in the right
56.
way for me, and yeah, he's a cracking player.
Yeah, maybe it's a matter of verbal semantics, I suppose. I personally think there's a very high likelihood he will win ranking events, and if he wins one, he could win plenty. What I'm saying is, you can't guarantee it.
62.
You
63.
can guarantee this frame, though. It's in the books.
$68. 69.
Yeah, he's just moving this white around nicely at the moment, just getting his arm going early doors. Nice to just get a few pots under your belt, and he's looking in pretty good touch, is Jack. Just floating around the table
76.
like he does, and making it look extremely effortless.
77.
Good opening frame for Jack.
Yeah, I think that's one of his problems. He makes the game look
84.
preposterously easy when we all know it isn't.
85.
There's just something about left-handers as well for me. They all look great on the shot. I can't think of a player that plays left-handed that doesn't look good. They just float around the table and seem to hit the ball really well. It's very
92.
aesthetically pleasing to watch.
94.
Well, historically, the Championship League has already produced so many centuries.
97.
And now we've got an elementary brown to have a century in our opening frame.
101. $106.
This is why Jack
112.
Lisowski is classified as one of the most exciting talents
119 up
in the
first
game
frame,
of
Jack
snooker.
Lisowski.
Early on, he missed a blue off its spot, but when he got a second chance, he was dynamite. Jack Lisowski leads Jimmy Robertson very quickly by 1 frame to 0.
I'll give it a wipe, see if it'll clear, right?
Noticing something on the cue ball there. What a lightning fast start we've just seen from Jack Lisowski.
Thank you.
A break of
Second frame.
119, and very
Hang on,
quickly
Jack.
he leads Jimmy Robertson
queuing us,
1-0. Lisowski just about to break off in
The monitor's not working,
frame 2.
so we'll have to have something to cue us every time.
By the way,
Huh?
over on table 2, slower going.
Thank you.
Ryan Day
Second frame,
and
Jack
Jordan Brown
Lisowski to break.
still in the early stages of their initial frame. In fact, 10 reds left.
Been a bit fortunate with his break off there, the brown covering that red to right middle. Puts Jimmy in a little touch of trouble, but should be no issues coming off the side cushion, resting into the pack of reds.
Foul and a miss for Jack Lisowski.
No great damage done. Just 4 bonus points given away, I suppose. Well, bonus
Happy
for
there?
Lisowski.
Yeah, Jack. Thank
Annoying
you.
for Robertson. I'll tell you what, Stephen, Robertson would love to replicate the form he showed when they played in Group 1 in 2020. He won 3-2, made breaks of 62, 101 and 107.
Yeah, and that's the sort of standard he's capable of. Jimmy's a cracking player himself. When he gets into his rhythm and his groove, he can reel off the frames as quick as anyone. He's going to have to
Foul and a miss.
find a bit of form
For
here, though. He's
Jack Lisowski.
1-0 down pretty quick to Jack, and not managed to have a clear scoring opportunity just yet. Just needs to be patient.
And that's the thing with these inspirational players and scorers. Matches, particularly of this length, can be over in the blink of an eye.
You up here, Jimmy? Yeah, Jack. Thank you. Foul and a miss 4, Jack Lisowski.
Just misjudging the pace off the line off the cushion, sorry, the slide on these brand new cloths, just catching Jimmy out a fraction. It's amazing how much slide you get off these brand new cloths. But no damage done.
Happy there, Jimmy? Yeah, Jack, thank you.
Adjustment made, and even though Lisowski has a very attacking mindset, there's no way he's taking on the red across the top cushion. So all in all, not a bad trade-off really. 12 points given away.
Only trouble being he's handed the safety initiative to Jack, so he's just chasing at the moment. Is Jimmy? He's back against the baulk cushion again. So a chance for Jimmy to put Jack into a bit of trouble now. Perhaps try and cut off this side of the table. Yeah, and I think he's just about done it. Well, there was a gap, but he's not found the length of that cue ball very well, so this is a chance for Jimmy, albeit the black's just gone safe. A little wry smile from him. So a bit of work to do for this chance.
Yeah, the black being tied up really does complicate issues. And the pot in itself is no certainty, far from it.
One. Green ball.
So far, Jimmy Robertson's had quite a subdued season. Not a bad one, he's won matches here and there. To qualify for the Northern Ireland Open, he beat Gary Wilson 4-3 on the black. Wilson, of course, going on to win the Scottish Open.
Jack, it's frozen.
But today, not going well for him.
Oh, well.
So far.
Sorry about that. One.
Not going too well for the ref at the minute either, having a couple of scoreboard issues. But no harm done, and straight away Jack looking to get that black into play. Not quite managed it, but he is on a red. Nicely spread as well.
Five.
Now this kind of shot, so easy for the pink to just drift towards that near jaw if he plays it too slowly, but he punched it in. He's looking good.
Yeah, and it's not bad really, the pink going on the black spot. He's got a nice gap to just screw through.
12.
That's a lovely little shot he's played again. Might be tempted by the cannon just to the left of the pink. Hold for the red into left corner and possibly opens up the pink then into both corner pockets. Well, just deciding to play through the gap, so he's nicely on the red.
18. 19.
Lisowski's seasonal
25.
highlights so far, undoubtedly
Putt.
was making the semi-finals of the UK Championship. In overcoming Sean Murphy 6-1 in the quarterfinals, he made 4 centuries in a row.
Yeah, an incredible demonstration of
26.
what this man can do. I watched that game and it was fantastic to see him playing that well on one of the biggest stages against a quality opponent.
Ended up losing to Mark Allen in the semi-finals, 6-5.
32.
Allen going on to capture the title.
33.
Again, the conditions looking excellent here. The table looks to be playing super fast, and when you're in good stroke and good touch, it's a really nice place to be. Just moving the cue ball around. Needs another good pot here, Jack. He's 49 points in front, still plenty on the table.
$39.
You're right about the conditions. They are very nice, aren't they? That's patently obvious. These Rasson tables, they're used for the Champion of Champions as well, and all of the players
44.
there up in Bolton were very complimentary.
$45.
Just get the impression he's in one of them moods today, Jack. He looks really calm and sort
51.
of like a soft focus that you can get as a player when you're really in the zone, and he looks like he fancies the job.
52.
From what we've seen so far, he's going to be the man to beat. I think he's looking very good, getting on with things. He never looks rushed, but he plays at a really lovely tempo.
57.
And the way he's playing, getting a lot of action on that one to avoid the reds. The way he's playing, the scheduling could really prove advantageous, because he's up next on this table against Ali Carter.
61. $62. $68. $69.
He'll be looking for a measure of revenge against Carter, because it was the captain who beat him 4-2 in the last 32 of the English Open last week.
74. 75.
One good pot down the rail. Red goes to middle, as we can see. Chance of a
82.
century. If this red goes in, you've got to fancy it.
83.
And this is what he does in practice, Lisowski. Just knocks them in for fun.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be playing pound a point with this man. That's for sure. He can
88.
score very heavily in very quick time.
90. 93.
In the previous frame, he bought up his century with a brown. This time he needs brown and blue.
97.
What an introduction to the Bet Victor
102.
Championship League.
108.
Yeah, stunning snooker.
They call him the
150
jackpot.
frame.
Well, I think we've hit the jackpot. 2 frames played, 2 centuries compiled, both by Jack Lisowski. He's looking $1 million. So far, at least, in this new wing of the Morningside Arena here in Leicester. Very impressive venue it is, by the way. So far, we've seen Jack Lisowski at his brilliant best. Breaks of 119, followed by a run of
Okay, thank you,
115.
gentlemen.
And he leads Jimmy Robertson
Third frame,
2-0.
Jimmy Robertson
What's
to
more,
break.
how about this, Stephen Hallworth? Average shot time, 15.1 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, and that's what he does. Like I say, he's so fluent at the table, just gets on with it. Gets down, drops into the shot. He's very intimidating at the table when he's in this kind of form. Jimmy's going to have to dig deep if he's going to get anything out of this game. Jack looks to be in great stroke.
And also, when you're playing well, you do tend to have a good run, and that's the second time, because if you recall, he was rather fortunate to block Robertson's path to a red to the middle pocket with a brown in a previous frame.
Yeah, and look at where that cue ball's come to rest. He's been so fortunate there, Jack, because really he properly butchered that last one. To not be on the red to the right corner here, or the left fork pocket. So just got to take his medicine and just leave the white on the black cush. Bit of a containing shot, nothing else he can really do.
It's such an important aspect of the game. At this level, if you can miss and get away with it a few times, it's invaluable, obviously, because you don't do any damage, but also because you frustrate your opponent. And then you go and do that.
Yeah, it's a nice game at times, isn't it, Phil? He's hardly seen a shot so far, Jimmy. Couple of centuries from Jack, and he's not having the run at all in this frame, so bit of a test of temperament as well, if anything, for Jimmy Robertson here.
By the way, epic opening frame on table 2. I can tell you Ryan Day has just about won it against Jordan Brown. Brown, as I'm speaking, breaking off in frame 2, rather disappointed. Basically, he needed a snooker with pink and black on. He got the snooker. Day missed it. But then he had a chance to pop the pink from distance, and the Welshman knocked it in. So Day and Brown being comprehensively outpaced. Real stalwart of the Championship League, Ryan Day, over the years.
Yeah, that was a big shot for Jimmy. Like I say, he's not seen much so far, and that was a big shot to take on to the middle. I think he's played it in such a way to try and leave the white as close to the side cushion as possible. Got close to the pot. But he has left something for Jack, and the way he's queuing at the moment, you've got to fancy him for anything. Well, he's flicked the other red. Must have been tight. And surely he's not going to get away with it this time.
The first meeting between these two was 10 years ago now in the Shanghai Masters, last 64. Robertson won it 5-1. But these days, Lisowski is a very different animal. Robertson has to make his presence felt.
Six. Seven.
Looks to have finished a bit straight on this black. Now obviously can only really go back and forward with the cue ball. Looks like he's going to be faced with a tricky red to middle, and this was the last thing that he wanted. 2-0 down and really needing to make the most of this opportunity. He's going to be faced with a difficult and missable red. He's not done bad there really.
14.
From the position he was in. He's got options, red to middle. Another big shot needed. Great
15.
shot.
Robertson's had a career of ups and downs. Still only 36, but he initially turned professional at the age of 16
22.
in 2002. No doubting his finest moment when he won the European Masters in Belgium in 2018. He beat Joe Perry in the final, 9-6. But what was notable about that, Stephen, fighting qualities
28.
in his first 3 matches there. He won all of them on the final black.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, he's a gritty player, Jimmy. He's very talented as well, and like you say, 3 black ball finishes
29.
and goes on to lift his first title. Sometimes these little things happen and go for you, and you've got to take the most of those opportunities when they come, and he certainly did that week at the European Masters.
36.
He's done well to keep this break
37.
going so far. He's played a couple of nice shots, and he's almost got the frame at his mercy. There are plenty of reds in open play. Not really a lot to do with the cue ball, just needs to mind his work and not play anything careless.
.44.
As I said before, this season has been a little subdued. But he's in a much better place than he was
45.
in the spring of 2021. Last year, he went into the World Championship qualifying competition knowing he had to win a match to stay on tour, would you believe? He did so against Zhao Jianbo behind early on, ended up winning 6-5, and with tour place safeguarded for the rest of the year. And early this year
52.
he had some really good times, semi-finalist at the British Open and the Players' Championship, where he beat Luca Brissell and John Higgins.
.53.
I think it's an indication, Stephen, of just how difficult it is, not merely to
58.
do well on tour, but to stay on tour. Jimmy Robertson, within a match, a frame of relegation. You'd never believe that. But there's so many good players now
59.
who are competing on the Q Tour, yourself included, the likes of Michael Holt, and the list is endless, actually. There's no dead wood on the tour now.
No, you're right, and it shows the strength in depth now, and the standard is improving
64.
year on year out. But it just goes to show you as well how cutthroat the ranking system is. Like you say, Jimmy was fighting for his tour card and had to win a match in last season's World Championship, and
65.
yeah, you would never have predicted it. But he had a rough season by his own standards, and if you're not winning the games, you're not earning the pounds, you're not getting the ranking points, and you can soon drift down those rankings and be in trouble come the end of the season. But it's been good to see him get off to a better
69.
start now, and yeah, he's definitely here to stay, that's for sure. Too good not to, but there is so many good players that could possibly be on the tour and in a similar position, so it's what keeps it so competitive.
70.
Yeah, going into the World Qualifiers needing to win a match. That happened to Martin Gould in 2020. Again, hard to believe.
.74. .75.
So this frame is in the books. A really good response from Robertson. Can he make a century?
.82. .83. Blue ball.
Stephen, the lads are making it look easy.
88.
Ridiculously easy.
Yeah, I can assure you it's not as easy as they're making it look at the moment. This has been a fantastic
89.
response from Jimmy. He desperately needed to get something together, and he's kept this break going really nicely, and it'd be great to see him go on to make the century, the third one of the game.
$96.
Ah, that's a shame. It was a ticklish shot.
96.
I was about to announce
Conceded,
3 frames played,
Robertson.
3 centuries made. Not quite. Robertson has to be content with a run in the mid-90s. Nevertheless, he gets his first frame on the board. Jack Lisowski's lead is reduced to 2-1. Since this tournament began in 2008, it's always been synonymous with heavy scoring, and nothing has changed so far, as Group 1 in the Bedvictor Championship
Thank you.
League
4th frame. Jack Lisowski to break.
gets underway today. If you're just joining us, we've had a festival of scoring. Lisowski leads 2-1 against Jimmy Robertson, thanks to breaks of 119 and 115 in the first 2 frames. Robertson countering with 96 in the third.
One.
What a good pot that was, into a very small target.
Yeah, that was an excellent pot into the middle pocket. As you say, it's an acute angle and very nippy jaws on these middle bags, and well, he made it look easy like he does most things. Cue ball's pulled up just high of the baulk line as well, so nice angle on green or brown. Chose the green and played it nicely, so another good pot here, and he's banging the balls again. There we see that
5.
lovely cue action from Jack right down the line of the cue there. Laser-like on delivery. Oh, but that's a bad one.
Jack Lisowski 5.
That was a very unexpected miss.
As soon as he played this, he was up. He was concerned he'd overcut it. And now the ability to go off the black into the bunch. If these split nicely, Robertson can have some really quality table time.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to judge these, but there's sort of a corridor he'd love to find just at the bottom of the pack. Yeah, he's just not quite managed to find it. Now, is he on that red to middle?
8.
His face suggests he's not. Would have loved to have just avoided that loose red and found the pack direct, with the chance of always being on that loose red. But he's got this red to corner. No.
Jimmy Robertson, 8.
Can give you a score update from table 2. Jordan Brown with a late 56 break equalised against Ryan Day just a few moments ago. He was behind in that frame. Ended up, Jordan did, shading it on the Brown appropriately. Given the personnel on show in this group, Stephen, Lisowski, Robertson, Carter, Day, Brown, Bingham and Selt, you just get the impression this could be really tight.
Yeah, and I think you could make a case for every group being similar. The standard on display is incredibly high. All top players.
Foul. And a miss.
But you're right, it could definitely go down to
6.
the wire, which
Jimmy Robertson.
makes it all the more important to try and nick as many frames and matches as possible, as well as the money incentives that are there.
Right.
We're set for 3 more introductions on Wednesday. Into Group 2 comes
Go on, yeah.
Rob Milkins, Jamie Jones and Barry Hawkins.
Jack. Yeah, pink move diffraction, right? Only very little. That way, about that angle, innit? Yeah. Yeah.
So no
Yeah.
damage done from Jack missing the pack of reds and
Jimmy.
catching the pink. Wondered for a moment if those 2 reds just to the right might, the bottom one of the 2 might pass, but clearly not, so Jimmy having it replaced. Bit of a stalemate here, the 2 reds in baulk. Not ideal. Neither player going to play a shot up that area, so just finding refuge at this end of the table for now.
Thank you.
I told you a few moments ago that Jordan Brown had stole the second frame from Ryan Day. Well, to compound Day's disappointment, Brown's at the table. This is on table 2, of course, on a break of 48, initiated by a fluke. Now that's the thing here, when you've had a match where every frame there's been a big score, both players wise up to the fact that the other guy is playing well, and they understand that any mistakes could be punished. Now that wasn't a mistake, that was pure genius. What a shot.
Yeah, I was just about to say, neither player really wanting to push the boat out, but Jack finding value in taking that red on and could not have hit it any better. He's come a little bit low on the black, but one good pot here and he could be away again. Yeah, and the cannon's worked out perfectly. That's a fantastic red he's played, and he deserves everything he gets now from this chance.
Well, we've got an awful lot of snooker in this Championship League.
9.
4 segments of 4 days each, 16 days in total. Countless matches, countless frames. But the opening red in this break, already a candidate for potential shot of the tournament. To avoid the reds
16.
with the white as he came back over the table. As Stephen said, he had to strike that one with such authority.
17.
Now let's see whether he gets his just desserts.
And this is where the game can really kill you as a player. Jimmy's not played the worst shot of his career. He's played a safety shot with
24.
No real visions of Jack knocking that into the corner pocket like he did, and within 2 shots the red's at his mercy, and he's sat there wondering what he's got to do. And they're the emotions you go through as a player, and you play these top guys and they just punish every little thing that you do wrong, and Jack showing us what he's capable of yet again.
30. 31.
Now he actually got too much action on the cue ball there.
System's gone.
Didn't think he could get that far up, but he did.
It's 31, it's 38 with this.
Once again, scoreboard
I'll put
headaches for the referee.
only done its own. It's not taking all those P's off. It's a 7, 3, 6. What I can do is add 2 reds, right?
No, I don't know. What am I on though?
38. Some reason it's not.
In the tournament office.
Yeah, I'll go and call somebody if you want to take a seat.
Yeah, not ideal
For
this
some
for Jack. I
reason
mean,
it's
he's run
not.
out of position a touch, but this affects your rhythm.
Hang on, it's taking
As
a
fluent
couple
as
of
he
P's
is.
off.
Definitely not ideal. A couple
Yeah,
of
it's taken
technical
them off now,
problems
right?
with the electronic scoreboard.
There's your 31. So if I put the 7 up,
Yeah.
it's playing up. I'm sorry about this.
That was loads of P's, wasn't it?
38. That's correct. There's 7 reds still on the table.
Yeah, the interruption in play there, not helpful, especially given that he's just run out of position, so whatever he takes on is going to be mentally tough. Oh, what a pot
39.
again. What a pot.
Yeah, another good one. That wasn't as easy as it looked on the monitor, and considering what had just gone before to refocus, he's back now in perfect position. So business as usual for Jack.
.42.
I think that's where Jack has improved so much over recent years. His mentality, he's always had talent in abundance, but his mindset now
43.
and the psychological side of the game, to be at the top and compete with these boys, you've got to be so strong in that area. And obviously he's working with Peter Ebden now, and having him in your corner, there's, well, not many more mentally tough people that have ever been involved in this game.
48.
So that's a huge asset for him, and putting that to work is definitely paying dividends.
He plays a very young man's game. He's delightful to watch. But sometimes you forget he's been around for quite some
49.
time now. He was actually Rookie of the Year on the tour 12 years ago. Not over the line here yet. And still not there.
Jack Lisowski, 49. It's gone again.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the cannon on the blue he wanted, and meant the cue ball didn't travel a little bit further down the table. Faced with that green, still fancied it for it with the rest, but not to be. So 40 points behind is Jimmy as he comes to the table. Oh, can't miss them.
So each of these 7 players have 6 matches to play in the round-robin phase of a group. And you know, so often when the final analysis is done, we look back to first matches and say, could have all been different. Robertson knows if he can scrap, battle, claw his way back into this match, it could be invaluable.
I'm surprised he wasn't tempted by that red near the baulk line. He was pretty straight on it and could have held for brown or yellow. Choosing to play the patient shot and put Jack into trouble. But it was half a chance for Jimmy to have a go at that red, so I wonder if he'll live to regret it.
Lisowski knows this is effectively match ball. And it's thumped in.
1.
45 in front, 51 on.
Fine.
This really is match ball.
Six.
Well, barring a
10.
couple of snookers, Jack Lisowski's Bedvictor Championship League campaign is going to get off to a
Jack
very
Lisowski,
agreeable
10.
start.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be delighted with how he's played so far in this match. Striking the ball as well as he can and scored really heavy the first 2 frames. And that red should
1.
dot the I's and cross the T's in this match.
The black most certainly does. Let me quickly tell you,
Hey.
Jordan Brown has just won the 3rd frame on the black against Ryan Day to lead 2-1 over on table 2.
Jack Lisowski.
Here, the
8.
handshake is
Final
offered.
match.
Jack Lisowski, when he plays well, it is a joy. And that was very good indeed. Breaks of 119, 115, and in the clinching frame, 49. Jack Lisowski